Hi, it's Renee again. A lot to tell. Today I want to talk about also rebellious children slash teens. Sometimes when our kids are growing up, they do stuff that we don't appreciate, and it causes a lot of conflict with you as well as your children. You get upset about things, they get upset about things, and they want to run out or either get angry, and sometimes it could be so painful and so hurtful for what you say to your kids and what your kids say to you, because we don't understand exactly what's going on, and we're trying to understand. uh, Growing up as a young woman, a young teenager myself, I had to remind myself I did the same thing. And I know it hurt my mom because I wanted to be, as she called it, too grown too soon. And because I couldn't do it my way and do it my way, we got into a few bumps and heads and arguments, but I never harshly called my mom anything out of her name. But I've done some things that I'm totally not proud of and wish I could go back and, change all of that. But since I can't, it's like they used to say, what goes around comes around. And I wound up with daughters because my mom had 3 daughters, myself included. And I had to learn, not just from my daughters, but my sons, that a lot of times their hormones, I'm sure, is raging. There are things that they want to do, but they're limited in doing them. They want to stay out late, and they're on curfew and can't do this and can't do that. So they act like we're holding them and we're putting pressure on them for them not wanting to live and go out there with their lives, but we want them to go out there to be safe. So after going through so many challenging circumstances with my children, I had to learn basically that they just needed someone to listen to them, to talk to them, to tell them what is right and what's wrong in an appropriate way without howling and yelling. And I recently found out years back that they were holding in some stuff that happened from the past. Sometimes we all have those circumstances. Well, we hold things in us for so long that sooner or later it finally comes out. And found out there was some hidden pain. There was some bullying going on with them as well, where people picked on them so much they stripped them, and it hurts. Me being a mother or any parent or parents, when your children are hurting, especially when you love them so much. You don't want to see them hurting. You don't want people picking on them. I want to go and knock those kids out, but I can't. It's not something that parents should do. We should not butt into that, but we can encourage our children and let them know, no matter what people say to them or against them that's negative, they are still good children. They're beautiful on the inside and out. You're in school to learn. Try to ignore them. And if they try to touch you, take that issue to your teacher, your instructor. If it doesn't work there, take it to the principal. And then, of course, you tell your parents, because you don't need nobody trying to intervene with you trying to get an education when that is nothing on their mind. They don't want one. But we hope this for all children, regardless of their ages. We want them to get an education, find a goal, find a dream, and move forward with that, not strip and tear somebody else down. When I was speaking on bullying, this is a part of that. Also, rebellious teens, they're not always bad. They just need someone to say, I love you. What's wrong? It's going to be okay. You don't have to go all the time to a therapist to do that. I pray to God all the time, and I ask Him to lead and guide and instruct me, but always remind me that I made mistakes too. So because I make mistakes, I don't want my children thinking I'm so perfect. I admitted everything to my children so that they will understand. You've been bullied, so have I. You've been talked about, so have I. I'm not the best looking person. I don't have the smartest smarts, but we're still human beings, and we can go above what people label us to be. So I'm praying that you parents and you kids will get together and not holler and yell, but sit in a circle, a family get together, and find out what's underneath all of that anger, that pain, and that rebellious attitude as well as ways. And we're not trying to tear parents apart. We're trying to, parents and families away apart. We're trying to keep all of this together. It's a hard road. Taking care of 5 kids, it's hard, especially when you're a single mom. But you have to be considerate of their feelings as well. We're not saying let them get away with anything and everything. It's, you gotta put the ground rules down. They have to understand that everything is not gonna come to them easy. Going out there in the world, you're gonna be living for yourself and defending for yourself. So you can't go out there and expect the world to owe you anything, but it starts at the home. I teach my kids about God all the time. I'm not gonna stop that. Sometimes I get on their nerves when I mention it, but I don't care. I always tell them that God wants us to have unity. We don't need to be, because you know what they say, a house divided against itself cannot stand. And I want my family to be together and not divided. And I'm hoping the same for you. Talk to your kids. Always tell them that you love them and you care about them, and then they won't look for it from strangers. They need that attention. They need those hugs. They need those kisses. Baby, everything okay? Mama loves you. They need all of that, because guess what? We're all human and we all need a lot of love. And it should start within us, pass it to our children and our grandchildren, and from generation to generation. And maybe we can stop these rebellious ways. Take care. See you later.